Well, here's the 72 Crown that I picked up in Lethbridge just last week. It's been parked here thawing out, brought back in a big snowstorm. It's in terrific condition. You can see even in the wheel wells, there's absolutely no rust perforation. There's just some of the old undercoating flaking off, but as you can see, even by the trim screws and whatnot, there's no body rust at all really on this car. Probably has 84,000 miles on it, I'm guessing. Was last registered and parked in 87. Pretty complete, just about everything's there. I don't have keys, so I haven't opened the trunk yet, but apparently it will open with the popper on it once the battery gets hooked up to it. That's the worst of the damage on it, is the doors have had something jammed up against them. It was literally a barn find sitting somewhere in fairly decent shelter. These marks on the hood are from horse. They like to do that. They see the surface there and are curious, so they kind of scrape it with their front teeth. It ends up producing a little bit of a dent along with the scrape there, but that's pretty typical. Obviously parked somewhere in a rural area where horses could get at it, but not too bad. But everything's there, all the chrome trim. The mechanic that I bought it from saved it. It was going to go get crushed, and he thought, no, it's in too good of a shape for that. They're not the most sought after thing in the world, I guess, but it's just so rare. And he recognized that, put it up on Kijiji, and I followed it and knew I'd have to drive from north of Red Deer all the way down to Lethbridge to grab it. And so he dropped the price. I ran down there and grabbed it, and it's haven't had time to do anything with it, so thought I'd post this so that people can see it. And my plan, I think, it's just so original and in such good shape that I think I'm gonna try and keep it original, restore it as is. I had some aspirations there of doing a custom with it, because I do have an LS 400 that would be a pretty neat swap out in it, but it's just got such a nice motor. I don't think a lot of people appreciate for 1972. Like a Ford 6-cylinder block would have the intake and exhaust on the same side, and just be a low-end torquey kind of motor. This, I don't know how they performed comparatively for 72. I think it was pretty good. I mean, it's a 2.6 liter, and it probably put out pretty good horsepower. If you look at that, it's like having factory cast iron headers. You really can't improve too much on that. And 72 should be cat free. Shouldn't have had to have a cat till 73, unless Toyota was really weird about it. I don't know. But no, still got some looking to do and try and find some parts, things like a windshield, so I can go and get safety to that. But apparently everything works on it. It'll run. I think it needs a head gasket. Compression's blowing in between two of the cylinders on it, so I think the head gasket's gone. But pull that apart, put a head gasket on it, see how it runs. The brakes all work. Apparently everything's intact, and just about everything works on the car. So I'll try posting some more videos. If you see some of the stuff in the background here, I'm a Toyota guy. I've had a lot of Toyotas over the years. There's a project for what was called a low-cost Super 7, basically a Caterham Super 7, and that was the motor that was going to go in it. And just haven't, over years, we get busy with the kids and career and whatnot, and now I'm looking at slowing down and at work, and maybe getting into getting the shop going again. Got the whole paint booth still here, and yeah, got a lot of projects to get finished and stuff on the go, so maybe get that little Super 7 going. And I don't know if you can ever put it back on the road, but this is one of the projects for the time being anyways, that just keep me busy. I love tinkering with old Japanese cars, so I'm going to post a video too of the tow vehicle that I just about went down there with, but had a momentary lapse of reason and thought better not take it down there My tow truck would have been a 1987 Toyota 1-ton with a 22 RE, and Lethbridge has pretty good hill going in and out of it. Probably wasn't a good vehicle to use that with, so I rented something and went down there and picked this up. So I'll post a separate video with showing the 1-ton, because it's all original too, except for all the huge rust holes in it. But this one is just so pristine there. Like really, once the dents are all fixed on this car, it could easily be put back into paint. And you gotta love the original, I think it's called Monza Olive, the paint on it there, but kind of a neat color too, actually. So anyways, I'll see what we post later.